Hi, I'm Chanel. I am originally from Chicago, but I came here from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a baby nurse, so I've been a nurse for a couple months. I just graduated nursing school. I'm a little late start. I'm a MICU nurse. I actually have a chance to go to the CVICU, which is cardiac ICU, and the MICU basically is medical ICU. So we see a lot of different things, a lot of pulmonary issues that we have, so we get a lot of vented patients rather than like the cardiac one, and GI bleeds. In the ICU, there's no day is the same. You can get a GI bleed, you can get a patient that needs to be intubated because they've overdosed. It's honestly just varies, and it just depends on the day. Well, my mom and my grandmother are nurses. My sister was an OTA. My family, I feel like, is full of nurses, so that like made me think about becoming a nurse. I also was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years before I became a nurse. Becoming a single mom, I had to find a job that I knew that was going to help support my kids. I knew I wanted to help people. I just wasn't sure how. I actually went to law school before I became a nurse, and I realized very quickly that law school was not for me, and I wanted to be more hands-on while I was in nursing school, so I knew that this was something I wanted to do. I became a PCT, and I was like, yes, I love this. This was for me. My proudest moment as a baby nurse, and this is gonna sound ridiculous, I started an IV. I did below the vein, but I started it nonetheless, so that is a big accomplishment for a new nurse. The most challenging part of being a nurse, I feel, in the ICU would be dealing with death. That is something we see pretty often, and just overcoming, normalizing death almost, pretty much. You also don't want to become emotionalist, so I think trying to find that balance between still having that compassionate heart that you initially came into nursing for and not becoming numb to your patients and them dying. The advice that I would give my younger self, say wait to have kids, put my career first and then have kids. It was very difficult to go through nursing school as a single mom. So advice for single parents going into nursing or in nursing, I would definitely say you have to take care of yourself because you are taking care of patients and you're also taking care of your children. You need to make sure that you're putting yourself first in certain situations. If you need a mental break and you need to call off of work, do that because you're gonna need to make sure that you're okay first. I've been given advice about being a new grad and preventing burnout is not picking up a lot of shifts in your first year, just because you do want to give yourself that learning curve, make sure you're not just going in it for the money because it's easy to get burnt out. The most common misconception, at least on my unit, that nurses eat their young, I have not had that, and I feel extremely blessed and grateful that I have not came across that. It's a huge learning thing, and I feel like when I'm asking questions, I'm taking care of people's lives. Like, I should be able to ask questions, and if a new nurse feels like she can't ask a question, I feel like those nurses who eat their young should not be nurses anymore because they were once baby nurses. After their family member died, they just looked over at us and just thanked the whole hall just for taking care of their family over the last couple weeks. It makes me feel really good knowing that we helped a family get through a really tough time because no one's ready to say goodbye to their family members. I would tell them, go and be a CNA or a PCT in a hospital before you make that decision. It is not a job that everyone can do. The best thing to do is to shadow a nurse, go into a hospital, ask if they can work as a shadow shift. Know before you go in because it's a huge commitment. You shouldn't do it just for the money or just because you think you may like it. I think it's important to gain the actual experience of what it's like to be a nurse. When I got the call, I was really excited. I actually didn't think I was gonna get it. I was like, there's no way. How many people applied to this? But I definitely was really excited, and I feel really grateful, and I'm super grateful for all of you here. You guys have been wonderful.